adjust. It appears you can have something. At home you can adjust. But as far as values are concerned, it should be very clear. See, when our values are not firm, then we get influenced by others. Other people can influence us when we are not sure of ourselves. When we are not sure of ourselves means, we are not sure, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You move here. Uma, you come closer. So what we hope to do when we have our children's classes is to inculcate in children the basic values, and the way we teach them values is we tell them the reason why these values are valuable. We teach them the value of values. So they know why values are important. Why there are certain cultural forms. That's where the conflict comes also, because the forms are different here and forms are different. And so they will know where to make adjustments. Which aspects can be compromised and which aspects should be held firm. So as far as the basic character is concerned, basic values are concerned, they are clear. And know why these values are there, not just that there are values. And then we have to have an anchor. Because not only in school, throughout the life, not only here, everywhere you are going to have to confront a variety of situations. And United States is no different. And they will confront in better than we confronted because they are Americans, these children, basically. So that way they have an advantage. But still, they also have this mixed culture. And the kind of values, for example, we have. You see, parents have a problem with their children. Because these parents of this generation are raised in India with respecting and revering their parents. So parents were important people whose words counted and whose, and this generation may not accord the same degree of respect or reverence to this generation. So this is where their problem is. Because they expect from their children what they did to their parents. And what our parents told us, we accepted without any questioning. Here the child says, why should I do why? They want to know. And what they want to know, when they do not want to do something. If they want to do something, they will not ask. Why second candy, he will not ask. If you don't give him candy, why not? Yeah. But second candy, why? No reason. Meaning that children are very selective. They don't always ask question why. They want to ask question when it is convenient to them. When they do not want to do something, then they ask question why. And if you cannot do, you can't tell me, why should I do it? If they want to do something, they will ask you the whole process. Why should I do puja? They want to know all mechanism. Ask them why are you eating ice cream. What does it do to your system? No, that nobody knows. And that you need not know. What we want to do, we need not understand, we need not know, but then we have to be ready with our answers. To convince them. And so that they understand why they are doing certain things. I think that they have that much right to understand. So we pass on to them simple things, not very complicated things which we cannot explain. And so Sandhyavandanam that he would do will take 45 minutes. Now that no is going to do yet. And then if you ask me for so many steps are there, you can't explain, also don't know. Why do you do this and why do you do that? Because we never asked our parents. We just did it. Oh, they have a different mindset. That's how it should be. You should always want to know. We did not need to know. So there are two things. Certain things you have to know and certain things you have to do. Meaning that certain things you discover only after doing. Mom, please explain to me why should I drink milk? What does it do to my system? Mom doesn't know. Drink milk and find out for yourself. Meaning certain things have to be experienced. Then logic doesn't work. Similarly, so many forms of worship, etc. are to be done. And you will learn the value of it when you will experience the outcome. You will experience. So, in that sense, when we pass on our culture to them, they should have sufficient understanding of what part is important, what can be optional, so they can retain that part even when they are dealing with the other culture here. They should be able to get the best of both. It's an excellent culture here and a lot of things to offer. They should get that. The Indian culture also is excellent in its own way, has some beautiful things to offer. So really, instead of conflict, they should have best of both of that. Right now there is conflict because you cannot understand. But we should teach them as to how they can get the best of both. And they'll be better placed than anybody else. So, basic value. Now what happens is there are a lot of conflicts. Like our parents, will never let their daughters go for camping. When they want to go camping with their friends, male friends, for 5 days in forest and then camp. No, the Indian parents shudder at this idea. What do you mean? No, you can't do it. So, Mom, trust me. So they trust me. How can I trust you? You are going with male friends and in the jungle and whatever. So it's difficult for us to digest that kind of thing. So some of these things arise, in course of their upbringing, and we have to sit down with them and reason with them and explain our concerns and win their confidence. Meaning that injunctions, do this and don't do that, may not work very much. This works with us. Our parents were able to do it to us. We cannot do that to our children. And that's okay. That's okay. And so before we give them instruction, we must know why we are giving them instruction. Why? You must be ready for the question why. And we must have the explanation. If we don't have, we should ourselves get it from somewhere. And so Purna Vidya is there. It's an excellent course. All parents should study it before they teach their children. I would want to study it because it is everything on Hinduism. What various practices are there and why they are there? Because it is written for children growing up in US. Indian children growing up in US. And very well designed course. So it has different stories in there, all Puranic stories are there, Ramayana stories are there. They tell you how to tell stories. Because suddenly children get flavored. What? Is it what Parshurama did? He chopped off the head of his mother? Can you do that? No, we did not ask this question. The story is that Parshurama's mother once went for taking a bath early morning in a lake, and there some Gandharvas had come. They were doing a leela and then she watched it. So that was her fault. She didn't know anything, just watched it. But that is her fault. Renuka her name was. Then Jamadagni Rishi knew you are impure, and therefore you will be purified. He has 4 sons. Chop off the head of your mother. Then he says no. Second says no. Third says no. Fourth said okay. Her and this fellow also. But right away then, by his blessing, the head doesn't go. So what can I do? Please bring their heads back. He asked. He obeyed the instruction of his father. At the same time, he protected. So why was this done now? There is a spiritual reason for doing this now. This is the story we know. The thing is that that's only where purification can take place. So in fact, the Rishi Jamadagni wanted them to purify of their sin. And by removal of the old impure thing and bringing in a new pure thing, so this is the spiritual aspect. Now that's difficult to explain. It is difficult to tell this story. Difficult to justify. So I avoid the stories. All the stories need not be told because it's very difficult to justify. In fact, why ask anybody else? We had our Dayananda Saraswatiji, the fund of ideas. He has ridiculed all of this. What sort of God is this? Who goes and asks for 3 steps of land and then becomes, cosmic, cheats him. What sort of God is this? So what they ask is what he was asking. But then we have to understand what it means, what the spiritual significance is, and be able to explain to them, which this book will give you. This Purna Vidya. Explain to you all these things. How to tell the stories. For our own education is good. And then when we communicate to anybody, including our children, we can do it more intelligently, in more informed way. So because Hindus are the most ill-informed about Hinduism. They are most ill-informed and most misinformed. So Hindus are the worst critics of Hinduism because they don't understand it. So this generation doesn't have knowledge of Hinduism. They know some practices. Go to temple, do this. Other than that, nobody knows Hinduism as such. And this generation want to know. So we should equip ourselves first with proper understanding for our own self. Even if you don't have to tell anybody for our own self, so that we can communicate to them in an intelligent way. And that's in the field, and parents know when they're talking about, I think they will take you more seriously. Otherwise, mom doesn't know, she doesn't understand. Dismiss it. Doesn't take much to dismiss. So we have to earn the respect. In Vedanta we say that before you talk to anybody, you must gain the qualification of a person who can talk. You know what is meant by qualification? You must gain the respect of the people who are going to listen to you. Then only you should talk to them, otherwise they won't listen to you. So before you communicate to them, you must yourself acquire a status in their mind that you are worth listening to. Similarly, in our children's mind also, we would acquire that status. That mother is worth listening to, father is worth listening to. I should say that in their presence, but this is what it is, meaning that we have to equip ourselves. And fortunately now, in the olden days, nothing was available. Now literature is available. And this is a very good literature, excellent literature.
So, the teachers have training, right?
They have teachers training. The format is changed. Originally it was called the Vedic Heritage Teaching Program. And there they had volumes. So, for first 3 years, volume number 1 for this teacher's manual. There they will first tell you what this manual contains, what is the role of Ramayana in our life, what's the role of Mahabharata, how they teach the values, how to communicate with the children. It's all told there. So, if If you have the training well and do otherwise, and Swamis are always there if you have any questions, anyway.
No, there is a camp. No, there is also a camp for it, right? Special camp.
Every year.
Yeah, every year.
Every
In
year,
August.
August.
Yeah.
Yes. Teachers training.
Teachers training, yeah. And also